Welcome to 180 Maths. Today we're looking at Introduction to Equations. Let's have a go at some of these questions. We can do this. Alright, but firstly, let's look at what is an equation. Well, an equation is numbers and variables with an equal sign. So let's have a go. So 3 plus 2 equals 5. That is an equation simply because it has an equal sign. On the other hand, if we're looking at an expression would be numbers or variables without an equal sign. So therefore, an example would be 3c plus 2 would be an expression because there is no equal sign. Okay, your goal with each equation is to make it equal. Let's have a look at this one for example. 3 plus 6 on the left-hand side equals 9, and the 9 is on the right-hand side already. So therefore, these guys are equal. Let's try answering these equations using the trial and error method. What plus 7 equals 10, and what times 5 equals 20? Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so what plus 7 equals 10, and what times 5 equals 20? Well, let's say 3 plus 7 equals 10, and there are 4 groups of 5, so therefore must be 4 times 5 equals 20. Now I'm going to teach you a method and a formula to use to solving these equations. But first, I need you to tell me what the opposite operation is of multiplication, addition, subtraction, and also division. So tell me what the opposite operation is. Pause the video. Okay, the opposite operation of multiplication is division. The opposite operation of addition, is subtraction. The opposite operation for subtraction is addition. And the opposite operation for division is multiplication. Now, since knowing that, we need to solve this equation, 5x equals 30. Now, in your head, you're probably thinking, well, 5 times 6 equals 30. But we need to learn a method into how to work out the variable for x. We need to know the value. So therefore, we're going to use the following method. Because 5 is next to x, that really means 5 multiplied by x. So therefore, we need to get rid of the x in order to get the variable by itself. So therefore, this is what we're going to do. We are going to divide the 5 by 5 because 5 over 5 equals 1. And then because the rule is whatever you do to the left-hand side, you must do to the right-hand side, we must divide the right-hand side by 5. So let's try that. 5 over 5 is 1. We don't need to put a 1 in front of the variable. And 30 divided by 5 is 6. So therefore, it will be x equals 6. Okay, let's try some more questions. Okay, tell me, what would be the answer for 7x equals 21? Pause the video and have a go at trying to work out the answer. Now we know 7x really means 7 times x. And we know that we need to get the variable, which is the x, by itself. So we need to divide the 7 divided by 7 in order to get the x by itself. Now the rules are, whatever we do to the left-hand side, we must do to the right-hand side. So therefore, it would be 21 over 7. And therefore, x would equal 21 divided by 7, which equals 3. Let's do another question similar to that one. Let's do 2c equals 6. 2c equals 6. We need to get the variable by itself. And we know that 2c really means 2 times c. So we want to get the variable by itself. So therefore we need to divide the 2 by 2 to get the variable by itself. But whatever we do to the left-hand side, we must do to the right-hand side. So it'll be 6 over 2, which equals 3. Therefore your answer would be C equals 3. Let's do a couple more questions like this one. If I was to say to you, 17 equals y, take away 21, what would be your first step? Pause the video and have a go answering the question. Now the 17 is on the left-hand side, the y, take away 21, is on the right-hand side. So what we need to do is we need to get the y, which is the variable, by itself. So what do we do to the 21? We need to add 21 to get the variable by itself. Now, because we added 21 to the right-hand side, we must add 21 to the left-hand side. So 17 plus 21 equals 38. Therefore, y must equal 38. How'd you go with that question? Try this question all by yourself. 7 plus 4a equals 23. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to get the 4a all by itself because we want to isolate the variable. The first thing we need to do is we want to try and work out what to do with the 7. So, to remove the 7, we would need to subtract 7 to bring it down to 0. Now, whatever we did to the left-hand side, we must do to the right-hand side. So therefore, 23 take away 7 is going to equal 16. And this side over here is going to equal 0. So therefore, now our equation looks like this. 4a equals 16. Now, we need to isolate the a. Therefore, we know that 4 times a is 4a. So let's isolate the a by the opposite operation to 4 times a. Therefore, 4 divided by 4 equals 1. Whatever we did to the left-hand side, you must do to the right-hand side. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. Therefore, a equals 4. Let's try another question. Let's do some division. D over 3 take away 2 equals 4. So what we need to do is find the variable, and the variable is D. But the minus 2 here is getting in our way. So we need to try and remove him. We need to get him back to 0. So the opposite operation to subtraction is addition. So therefore we must plus 2 on the left-hand side, and also plus 2 on the right-hand side. This will now cancel out, and the 4 plus 2 will equal 6. Therefore, our equation now looks d over 3 equals 6. Now, we want to find the variable, which is the d, and we want to get him all by himself. But the 3 is getting in the way. Now, the 3 is being divided by, so the opposite to divide is multiplication. So we want to multiply both sides by 3 to cancel out the 3. So we want to go times by 3 and the 6 times by 3. Now your answer will be D equals 18. Okay. Hopefully this has helped you, and good luck.